Welcome back to this Board Game Officer. Today we have another review of reviews where I have watched all the review videos I have for Kickstarter and give you a summary of what they're all saying. Today we are doing Dice Throne Xmen, baby. This is a super exciting one. I think I love Dice Throne, so this is super exciting for me. But as you can see, we have 3.6 million USD already. Obviously, it's doing very well with 17,000 backers. This one's not doing too bad. So I'm just gonna go through this real quick because once again, this is about the reviews, not about the actual Kickstarter itself. So I'm just gonna really go through this real quick here because there are two things here: the Marvel missions and X-Men, and then the Deadpool as well. I don't mean that down, but he kind of fits in with X-Men. So as we go through, here are the characters that we are getting with the battle chest here, and then we're getting this new solo co-op Dice Throne Marvel missions, where you're gonna be finding a lot of people within the Marvel world, as well as getting some allies as well for more Marvel characters, which is just cool because you're bringing in more Marvel people. As it states here, 30 to 75 minutes, set up in seconds, whether that's 5 seconds or 5,000 seconds, who knows? But no, but you're teaming up, recruiting powerful allies there. As you can see, Wasp, Colossus, Nick Fury, everything. And they also have this persistent perks, which give you like upgraded abilities as you play more and more and more, depending on the difficulty that you're playing, which is kind of cool. Gives it more of that legacy kind of feel, but really still one-off missions. Here we have some videos here, and then we got the Deadpool. If you were following at all, they have changed the mini. Before it was the clown, and now it's this cool pose. So at least they listened to us there. It looks like they kept the CP dial there as the clown, which I think is a little not as bad there. So as you can see, Dice Throne missions for 60, the limited battle chest for 99, and Deadpool by himself is 25, which sounds expensive. However, you are getting all the deluxe components for him. You don't really have a choice not to. They are putting in the cardboard token, so you get the acrylic standee as well as a cardboard. That was kind of a complaint, but they are doing that. They said, I believe so at least. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, so here's it goes in more into depth into all of the heroes here, which they actually do look really cool. They add a lot of new different type of mechanics and everything. I think it's pretty cool there. And there you go. There kind of shows more of that hero sculpt now. Now we're going into the Dice Throne missions here. Here are the missions. Each mission you're playing against a certain boss, so each one of these are different missions here, where it does look like we're up to 16 missions now. It started out as 12, and now there's 16 mission maps here, which is not too bad there. And here you can see all of these allies here that you can get within the game, and there's that player perk, persistent perk pad there. They are adding in a new momentum type of thing that you use to do range attacks or to recruit the allies. You use that momentum. Here's some add-ons. You got the painted minis for the Marvel as well and the X-Men, because they didn't have the Marvel during the Marvel one, so they are bringing it on into this one. Now you can get acrylic tokens for all of Marvel, X-Men, and missions, which is going to cost you a pretty penny, but that's also a lot of tokens. You got premium card sleeves, which once again is going to cost you 85 bucks, but once again that's a lot of sleeves. So I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff, but it's also really expensive. You got the promo packs for the Marvel. If you missed the Marvel one and you bought it on retail, this is a chance to get the promo packs from the Kickstarter. A couple dice trays and a whole lot of playmats here. Now they are doing this Marvel hero kit for Thor and Spider-Man here, Miles Morales, and you could just download it right there. So this will come with every one here. It does say it's free. They'll give you it, or if you're not even backing anything, you can just download it and print it off yourself if you want those upgraded ones. So they do have a new gameplay bundle for 169, Marvel, which includes the Marvel battle chest for 259, and then all new things, everything in there for $450, and then Marvel All In, which all that plus that for $600. You can pay a pretty penny on here. And then here are all of the funding quests that have come about through here. Oh yeah, see here's the cardboard token for Deadpool there. Adding a lot of things here, so that's not bad at all. We still got 2 more to reveal here about this. So why back now? You've got the promo packs that are coming on here. You got your mythic abilities, your randomizer, and your hero promo cards there. You're getting limited edition battle chest with some synth cards there, both for Dark Phoenix, Gambit, and Iceman. Kind of their specialty cards. They'll have a specialty card that sits to the side that's more of a synth type of, I don't even know what that is honestly, but but it's a better type of high quality plastic basically for the card. It is limited edition there. They only have 25,000. I guess that's kind of limited. And then you'll have one big box with all characters in it, which is just kind of nice. And it does look like they're trying to ship by August of 2024. And here is the shipping, which is pretty much on par for what games are right now. Not great, but on par for what everything is right now. And all right, there we go. So we went through that real quick. Like I said, did not really want to spend too much time there because that's not what this video is about. Video is about what people are saying, and let's go ahead and jump on into the good. So right off the bat, I want to talk about, well, most of this I'm going to be talking about missions for the majority of it, just because that's the big new thing, and I feel like that's what people really want to know about, right? More heroes, cool. They're going to add mechanics, cool. But Marvel missions, what is that, right? So not everything, but a lot of what I'm going to talk about is going to be about missions. And right off the bat, the price is not too bad. For Dice Loan missions being $60 in comparison to Dice Loan Adventures, which was $100, or is $100 to buy right now offline. So $60, that's actually not too bad. I was expecting more just because of what Dice Loan Adventures is. And you are getting 16 different missions and within that box. That's not too bad for $60. If you think about that, that's less than $4 per mission that you're playing. So if you think about it that way, it doesn't sound as bad, right? That's a way to lie to yourself. Actually, I'm pretty sure someone actually said that in one of his videos. I don't remember who, but that's where I got it from. When compared to Dice Loan Adventures, I think this was a one-stop co-op shop that stated that Dice Loan mission blows Dice Loan Adventures out of the waters. That Marvel mission is 100% better. So if you like Dice Loan Adventures but wanted something a little different, this is going to be your thing. Kind of with that, the boss setup and how you play against the boss is much more streamlined, much easier to go with, to play for him. It's not so much flipping cards and trying to decide. You roll once and you do what is available, so it's pretty streamlined that way. The setup is pretty darn easy, people stated, because you pretty much just pull out this folder thing, everything is static, and you just put tokens where it says to put tokens, and you're set up, right? So the setup is actually pretty quick. And then on the backside is the boss, which just has his abilities, and those not too much to set up for the boss, so that's pretty quick. People really talked about how the ally is really cool, not only with the mechanic of like buying them with the momentum points and giving you extra abilities, but also just being able to get more of your known Marvel characters into the game to play with them. That was really kind of cool to get more of that aspect in there. People stated that the player perks was pretty cool. It kind of helps that you get that legacy feel, but it's still just one-offs. So you could ignore it if you want, or you could play with it. So it's kind of a good additive that not necessary to use, but it's there to use it if you like. Right? So that's kind of cool. And then also with Dice Loan missions, that there's a lot of difficulty things that you could change. As you can see here, all of these have different difficulties. So depending on the difficulty of not only the boss has like a base difficulty, but then there's stuff you could do to add on to that difficulty to make it even higher. So you could get better perks, so you can get better things to start with, so you can kind of upgrade. So if you're having a really hard time with one, when you lose, you get still a certain amount of points. You could fill in those bubbles, so you still can get stronger even when you're losing, so you give it a better chance to win, right? It's kind of a cool little mechanic there. And one thing I do want to point out is that you can play Marvel missions with any character. Even from Season 1 and Season 2 of Dice Throne, you can play Marvel missions, which is great. I think it's good that it's all compatible like that. And if you're new to Dice Throne, this is an excellent place to start. I mean, as you can see here, we have a complexity of 3 and a complexity of 2 for the Wolverine. Right, there's only one complexity level 1 within all 35 characters, which is the Barbarian. He's the only one complexity 1, right? Meaning that these are not all super high complex new characters. If you're new to it and this is where you want to start, this is a good place to start. You can get these characters. They're not going to be super overwhelming. There's a good place to start. Even jumping into the Marvel missions is not overwhelming. It is a good place to start. So if you haven't played Dice Zone before, don't worry that you can start here, no problems whatsoever. And then, once again, Alex from Board Game Co. did say that it will hold its value pretty well, basing off of Santa and Krampus, that has kept up pretty well. So both the Deadpool Deluxe box as well as the Deluxe limited edition battle chest will keep its value pretty well. Now, I do want to point out here, as you can see, this says tri-folding player board. This is only in this battle chest. So in retail, it will not be tri-folding, it will be just folded halfway, meaning they're not going to fit into that same box of things, meaning if you have everything else and you buy this retail instead, your boxes are not going to match. That might be or might not be a big deal for you, but just wanted to point that out. All right, now on to the not good nor bad. Now I only actually have one here, and it's that And basically because it's dice thrown, meaning there's a lot of randomness, right? The whole game is based on 5 dice you're rolling. So the swinginess can swing high and low that you're doing. One Stop Co-op Shop stated that Dice Thrown Mission with solo, it seems a little bit more swingy because you roll less dice. So you have more of a chance of them missing. So it feels like it's going to swing a lot more, where if you're playing with 4 characters, you're rolling 4 extra dice, meaning, or 3 extra dice, meaning that they are going to attack a lot more. So it can be swingy, but once again, I put it in the good or bad, not good nor bad, because that's kind of dice thrown, right? So yeah, it can be bad, but it's randomness that you expect it from Dice Thrown, so is it really that bad? I don't know. Now, let's get into the bad. Right off the bat, the boss is easier to set up, but because it's a little bit easier and you're only rolling the dice once, it makes it more streamlined, yet it makes it a little less complex, which makes it seem a little less exciting as well. So that's one thing to put, that it's just not as complex, which once again can be a good thing, but here it makes it a little less exciting as well. And now, these next few are going to be from Room and Board, Chris George, his 5 reasons not to back. Once again, if you want to go in depth with these, go ahead and watch his video. His link is down below. But 1, if you don't like 1v1 games, you don't get the Xmen thing. 2, Marvel missions. If you don't like the Dice Throne thing as a whole, Dice Throne mission is not going to change your opinion. Now, if you like the Dice Throne but want more cooperative, then maybe it will help you like Dice Throne more. But in general, if you don't like the Dice Throne mechanics, this isn't going to change it. The question, actually, a couple people talked about the replayability with these missions, right? Because everything is so static on the board, so the only thing that's going to change is what you roll. So how different is it going to be each time you play? So the replayability is in question. The retail versus battle chests, meaning here your only option is to get all of them, whereas later you can just get 4, there'll be 2 packs of 4, you could just get half of them, and that might suffice you to have those 4 characters. So that is one reason why you might want to wait. And the last thing, if you already have all dice on things, do you really need 9 more characters to the 25 you already have? Right? So it's a lot more dice on stuff. And do you really need another 600 stuff to add to your characters and everything you already have? Right? So that's kind of a thing to stay back, or to stay away from this one. All right, now for who is backing. Once again, I only got a couple people from this. One, Chris George from Room and Board stated that he is not backing this because he has enough Dice Throne characters, and he didn't feel that pull for Dice Throne Marvel missions. He really enjoys that 1v1, so he didn't feel pulled to the Marvel missions. But at the very end of his video, he was like, I don't know. So he might have changed his mind, who knows. But initially, he said that he's not backing it. However, Dads and Dice definitely said that they're backing at least the battle chest, and they're looking into the missions to see if that's something more that they want to get into as well. And once again, there was no ratings. However, like I said in my last video, if you watched it, I'm going to start my own rating. But the way I'm going to do my own rating is by percentile. So it's going to be out of 10, but it's going to be a percentile idea, meaning what I did is I took my list of all the positives, and then I did that divided by all of my bullet points, both positive, nor bad, nor good, and bad, and did that. And divided that to get the percentage of what percent of all the comments were positive. Right? So it's kind of an objective measure, almost. Objective measure of subjectiveness, if that makes sense. But this one got a 7.6 out of 10, right? 76% of my bullet points were positive from the creators that I watched. However, now I say that, I don't double up. So if like 3 people say that they like the allied mechanic, I only put 1 bullet point there. But technically that's like 3 more. I'm gonna keep working on this, of trying to fine tune this. Let me know down in the comments down below how you think I should rate this in this to make it more the most objective measurement from subjectiveness that you can get. Yeah, let me know what you think. But right now, for what I did right now, it's about a 7.6 out of 10 for this game. Now, my overall thoughts of what I learned from everything that I watched. Really, the X-Men characters, all of the gameplays of those, everyone seemed really enthusiastic about their new characters, right? Every character feels like they're bringing something new, except for Wolverine. He was kind of on the side of being like, well, he doesn't add too much, but he's only complexity level 2, so that makes sense. But pretty much everything the characters seem really good coming. Marvel missions, I think, is really, really good. The people who seem not to care or worry about it too much are ones who more or less talked about they just don't like co-op, right? That they play Dice Throne for the 1v1. So as a co-op thing, meaning if you like Dice Throne Adventures, I think Marvel Missions is a good thing to try. And it's not too bad of a price at $60. Comparatively. Everything's comparatively. I know. $60 is still $60 plus shipping, right? And VAT if you fall under that. Anyways, I think that I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be awesome. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think I should do next, what your thoughts are on this, and what your thoughts on this review of reviews. Here's a couple links here for other review of reviews, and I will see you later.